Hi there everyone and welcome to the Toon review, just starting up for the 2017-2018 season. What a start to the season, I guess. I will be doing a separate video on my thoughts across the summer, obviously with Mike Ashley's interview and where I stand on what Rafa is going to do this season. I'm really sick and tired of people saying, oh, Rafa's going, Rafa's going, Rafa's going. That's all we've heard all summer, especially from the southern media, who seem to think that, you know, Newcastle is just a team that they can just throw insults on time after time after time. And I don't know about you, but it absolutely does my head in. I'm really sick of it now. And, you know, even the Sky pundits, you know, they'll do anything they can to throw a dig at our club. And enough's enough, really. Can we just get on with the season? Sunday's game, I was really looking forward to going. Saturday night, it took ages to get to sleep because I was so looking forward to getting back to the ground and Premier League starting up again and things like that. And to be fair, you know, when I looked at the starting lineup, I thought, you know, Tottenham's midfield would outbattle us because, you know, it was pretty much the Championship midfield we had, and that was a worry to me because although we have the passing ability of Shelvey, etc., Isaac Hayden, I'm still not 100% sure of. I love watching him tackle and things like that, but I think he's got to adjust to the Premiership pace quite quickly. Hopefully he will, because he's a very, very talented player, and hopefully he'll settle in well. However, as the game went on, you know, I was starting to think, you know, if we can take a point from this game, it would be absolutely brilliant start of the season. You know, Tottenham never really threatened us in the first half. We had the odd chance as well. And it was one of those games where you thought, you know, this could end up 0-0. But as we know, the second half was a completely different story. JJ Shelvey, for me, you know, I put on my Twitter feed the other day that I didn't think he looked sort of 100% into it in the first half. You know, his passes were going all over the place. There was a couple of times that he just punted the ball into the sky, which was very unlike him from last year. You know, yes, he's not going to get the time on the ball that he's used to having in the Championship, but still, something just didn't seem right with him. And when he came to take a couple of corners at my end, he just strolled over very slowly and a bit lacklustre, and I didn't quite understand what kind of mentality he had for the game. But then, obviously, the big talking point was the Dele Alli. You know, he went in, made a challenge, and we got the free kick. JJ tries to get the ball back. Ali hangs onto it. And then JJ Shelvey, for no particular reason, just stands on him. It wasn't a stamp. It was just, you know, he just stood on his ankle. But you can't do that when the referee's 6 foot away, staring right at you. Just not at all. You know, when he brandished the red card, everyone, you know, including me, was absolutely shocked, because I thought, you know, maybe it was just an accident, you know, he just trying to get the ball back and he was just walking over to the ball. But I saw a replay of it a bit later on one of the guys' phones around me, and, you know, it was a clear sending off at the end of the day. And I'm very, very disappointed with Shelvey, because he's captain, he's got a big chance to shine this season, a really big chance. He was talking about, you know, international call-ups and things like that in the summer. He's not going to get anywhere near with petulance like that. And about 5-6 minutes later, you know, another big talking point was, you know, Harry Kane's tackle on Lejeune. For me, that was a straight red card as well. You know, you hear all the pundits all the time going on about, you know, scissor tackles and 2 feet off the ground. Yeah, so what, he got the ball, but he was in no position to make a tackle like that. And it was a scissor tackle, clear as day, you know, both feet off the ground. For me, a red card. But because it's Harry Kane, and this is how I genuinely feel, because it was Harry Kane, he gets away with it. If that was Mitrovic, Shelvey, etc., it was a straight red card. Now, we all know that Andre Mariner, the referee, is one of those referees who, you know, we believe that he doesn't like the northern teams. I think he did Sunderland a couple of times last year with stupid decisions. Not that I'm bothered about that, but just saying that he seems to make these crazy decisions, you know, when it's the northeast teams, and obviously Harry Kane, you know, deserved to go, and he did have a bit of an impact on the game later on, which we all know about. You know, Tottenham's first goal, a little disappointing, to be honest. I think you know, nobody picked Ali running into the box. It was a brilliant run, you know, and certainly he got round the back of our defence pretty easily. I'm not sure whether it was Lascelles or someone else that should have been marking him, but he tucked it away. Dele Alli, for me, very, very talented footballer, but my God, is he an immature, petulant little kid. You know, he acted like a 5-year-old child on that pitch on Sunday, and it was really disappointing to see, because Now we're back in the Premiership. Something else I'm looking forward to is seeing all these, world-class players coming to Newcastle and seeing how they do against us. But also just to say, you've seen them play. Now, Dele Alli, as we know, is a very, very talented footballer. But my God, he spoiled himself on Sunday with his petulance. And if he does that at every game he plays in, he's not going to be thought of very highly. If you've got the gift of skill and things like that, like he has. Why spoil it with a petulant little attitude? Just never understand it. And it was 2-0 a couple of minutes later. The ball played into the box. Harry Kane, I think it deflected off Mbemba, fell nicely. It looked like Kane might have stuck that in the back of the net. But then Ben Davies, the full-back, on his right foot, slotted it under Robbie Elliott, and it's 2-0, game over then. Now, for me, Merino comes on, and we actually look like a different team. I've seen him a few times in pre-season. He looks really, really good. His distribution is brilliant. He can tackle, but he's a talker on the pitch as well. And if you noticed on Sunday, he was, anybody was out of position, he was telling them where to go, telling them to get back in position, and spraying the ball around the pitch beautifully. Now, for me, I think he should have started on Sunday, but I think because, Isaac Hayden has been in the team throughout the Championship, I think Rafa does like him and wanted to give him an opportunity in the Premier League. But for me, moving forward, I think it's got to be Shelvey and Merino in the middle. Now, whether Shelvey's done himself a load of damage with Rafa, we'll just have to see once his ban ends. So Hayden and Merino might get an opportunity to strike up a partnership very early on, and that may force Rafa's hand into keeping Shelvey out. Depending on what he tries to do with his tactics, whether he goes 5 in midfield sometimes and things like that. But we can never second guess Rafa. So the game was panning out as a 2-0. Harry Kane then has a shot that hits the post, could have been 3-0, and to be honest, probably wouldn't have been any difference. 2-0, 3-0. We were knackered by the end of the game. We'd ran around, and there were some very, very good performances in there. Don't get me wrong. I think Manquillo had a brilliant game. I think Atsu was outstanding. He's definitely done some work over the summer. You can see the difference in him. He's actually looking for that final ball now rather than just punting it across. He's looking for players. But my God, he terrorised the Tottenham defence on Sunday. Dwight Gale ran around a lot. He had an opportunity in the first half which he sliced into the sky. For me, Dwight Gale is a very, very good player, but is he going to be up to Premiership standard? There's a reason Palace got rid of him. Do we need that proven Premiership goal scorer? Only time will tell on that. Again, good performances. Kieran Clark stood out for me, having to go to left back, did very well. Lejeune looks a very, very good player, but unfortunately could be out for a while. Very impressed with the way we didn't lose our spirit, which was what I was really happy about on Sunday. We kept going. Tottenham had a lot of possession after the sending off, which, let's face it, they were going to win. They should have won the Premier League last year had it not been for some silly draws and things like that. So, we can take a lot from the game. But it's the Premier League, this, and it's not going to be kind on you. It's a harsh world in the Premier League, and I think we've got to get used to it very, very quickly. But for the petulance that Shelvey showed, it just proves that you can't go down to 10 men against a team like Spurs. They will punish you. And for all, the effort and stuff like that, we could have got a draw out of that game. But so be it. It was a 2-0 defeat. But I'm still optimistic. Nobody can knock me down and say, we're going to have a relegation struggle. I truly believe that we may finish 13th, 14th this season, and I think that would be a good season. We've got to look at the likes of the Stokes, the Swanseas, the Burnleys, the Watfords and things like that in a kind of little mini league, if you like, this season. And I truly believe we are better than some of them teams. It'll be interesting to see if we bring anybody in during the transfer window before that closes. I think Joselu signed now, so that's another striking option we've got. And what I don't get is the Newcastle fans on Twitter really just downing on the bloke straight away before he's even pulled the shirt on. If you look at the Stoke City feeds from their fans and things like that, they are gutted to lose him. They were very impressed with what they saw in pre-season. He was injured a lot last year, and they thought he could be a main man for them this season. So if we get him at 5 million and he proves to be a hit, it's an absolute bargain. Now, I know we shop in the bargain basement quite a lot, but hey, he might do a job. Let's just give him a chance, give him an opportunity to show what he can do. Because, let's face it, we need somebody who's going to put the ball in the back of the net on a consistent basis. Like I say, I'm going to do another video about my thoughts on the summer. That'll be coming up later on this week. The videos are going to start coming now. I apologise that the videos stopped halfway through last season, but there was a mix-up with YouTube. I lost my main channel, which I had hundreds of subscribers to. I lost that because of a mix-up with YouTube. I had a bit of a falling out with them, but everything's back to normal now. I've got a new channel up, so hopefully you can help us out by hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button, and getting my account back up and to where it was before, because I want to start doing these videos again. I missed doing them. Like I said, these videos are just my opinion. It'd be interesting to what people think, so do comment. I always reply to the comments in on YouTube, because I'm interested to find out what the other fans think as well. You know, as I say, this is just my opinion, just putting it on the video and seeing what other people think. But it would be great if you could subscribe, get this account back up to where it was. Huddersfield coming up at the weekend. That's going to be a very tough game after their performance against Palace. I couldn't believe that. Palace are trying to play into a new system with De Boer, and they were clearly all over the place on Saturday from what I saw. But we won down there last season. We've got an opportunity to go down there, put things right from the defeat on Sunday. But I'll be doing a preview of that coming up probably on Friday, and then obviously it's live on Sky, but I'll be going anyway. But again, you'll be able to watch our beloved team live on the TV, and we'll see how we do. But the season started, you know, there is a bit of optimism there. There's a bit of negativity there from what happened during the game. Hopefully Dummett and Lejeune won't be out for too long, and we can start putting things right on the pitch on Sunday. But thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next Toon review. Take care.